Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Patrice Renee and I am an elementary 3rd and 4th grade teacher and a vice principal in Illinois. So it's been a little while since I've done any videos other than read aloud. So thank you for sticking with me and for being patient. This is my first official planning video, organization video of 2022. Today I'm going to take you behind the scenes of what it takes to actually plan a week of lessons with me. That means photocopying, making sure that everything's organized in case I'm absent or sick for some godforsaken reason, and most importantly, being able to save time with my students. I'm also going to show you my format of lesson planning as well as photocopies for the week and reusing templates that I've made so that my students can easily understand the assignment. So the first thing that I like to do is open up a template that I've saved in order to lesson plan for the entire week. When the first part of the school year began, I tried to figure out what type of lesson planning format that I wanted to use, because not only do I need to refer back to it, but so do my principal as well as any sub that I'm gonna have. Let me show you. So as you can see here, these are my lesson plans for next week, the week of February 22nd. In order to get to this, I would have to go into my Google Drive, and I have my Google Drive organized in folders. And when I go into the folder, I click on lesson plans. Once I click on lesson plans, I've already created a folder for the upcoming week. I click on that folder and these are the slides that I use for each day. Since it's a holiday weekend and I do have a sub coming back from the holiday, then I only have in here for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then the lesson plan that I submit to my administrator as well as print out for myself. Once I print it out, I then put it into my planner and I have a tab for lesson planning. So the lesson plan would go there. Once I click on this actual lesson plan, all I did was type in what I'm going to be typing. It would be my objective, target, of course, whatever activity. So no school, teacher sub plans for that day, which I have a sub binder for that. And then I can just type into the box whatever I need. Now here's the fun part. I organized all my curriculum in binders. They're color coded by subject, and then they're organized with a tab on the outside so I can easily pull what I need. Now, full transparency, before the pandemic, I wasn't using Google Classroom or Google Drive the way I do now. When the pandemic hit, I put a lot of my documentation and curriculum online, but sometimes instead of recreating the wheel, I want to have digital copies and then I want to have paper copies, especially if you're going to have an activity where the students might feel better actually having something in their hand to work on. So for math, I would pull out what I need for the week, which would be our problem of the day. We're currently working on division. I already have copies made, so I would pull this out for my students and then put it alongside the rest of the copies that I would be. After I take out the curriculum and figure out what I need for this upcoming week, then I take the papers that I'm going to copy and lay them out on my table here, and then I go to the copy machine and actually make copies. So after I've made my copies, they're all stapled and they're all sorted. I separate them into piles by subject, which makes it a lot easier when I get back to my classroom since we have a work area here in our copy room. And then when I get back to the classroom, I organize them by day and I have bins labeled for each day so that when I come into work, I can just pull out the work that I have ready for the week. Let's go. I don't know what I would have done without this system because it keeps me so organized. After I have the copies, like I said before, I would take them, organize them, and place them into the day. So for Monday, all my copies for Monday would go in here. Then for Tuesday, all my copies for Friday. That's how I like to keep my day organized. And then each student has a folder with all the work, their packets I would pass out on Friday. I try to do it the week before so they're organized as well. But each student has a packet with each individual assignment that we're going to be working on for the week ahead. And then when it's time for us to do an assignment, I don't have to waste time passing out work because they already have what they need. All right, so that's how I plan my week. I'd love to know what you do to plan your week. The first thing you have to do is have a plan. If you try to do everything in one day, it takes a long time. So I've started taking the time each day, starting on Monday, to plan what I want to do. So that would include making my slides. Next, after making my slides and moving them into the week ahead folder in Google Drive, then I would try my best to go ahead and start mapping out, pulling from my curriculum guide what I'm going to teach for the upcoming week, any activities, pre-plan them, cutting things out for the example that I'm going to give my students. The next thing that I try to do is make sure that as I'm prepping and getting ready to photocopy things, that I have every single thing that I'm going to copy at one time. That's where the curriculum guides come in, because if it's something that I've already done before, then I've left myself a template. I pull it out of my protective sleeve, which I have in each of these, and then I put all the copies together and head to the copy machine. Next, after making my slides and moving them into the week ahead folder in Google Drive, then I would try my best to go ahead and start mapping out, pulling from my curriculum guide what I'm going to teach for the upcoming week, any activities, pre-plan them, cutting things out for the example that I'm going to give my students. The next thing that I try to do is make sure that as I'm prepping and getting ready to photocopy things, that I have every single thing that I'm going to copy at one time. That's where the curriculum guides come in, because if it's something that I've already done before, then I've left myself a template. I pull it out of my protective sleeve, which I have in each of these, and then I put all the copies together and head to the copy machine. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and most importantly, share it with your colleagues and share it with anybody else that wants to stay organized. See you next. Or to follow along and follow me on Tales of Patty Pepper on all social media.